Spiritual gumbo, a hardened heart. So last time we left off, we leave right off at chapter 10. And what happens is even greater plagues, okay? They think that the frogs and the lice and the dog fly, even though that was terrible to Pharaoh, and it was clear that it was the finger of God that was doing this. Pharaoh just couldn't listen. The sores, that wasn't enough, or the boils, right? That wasn't enough for Pharaoh, right? Then, literally, a hailstorm of fire, of hail and fire, comes down and smashes the vegetation and animals, devastates the land of Egypt, once again, causing another dent into their pocket. And guess what happens? Pharaoh still doesn't have the mind to do the right thing. Nope. Hardens his heart even more, and the hearts of his servants even more. Now let's go ahead and read. Verse 1 of chapter 10. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Go into Pharaoh, for I have hardened his heart and the heart of his servants, that these signs may come upon them, in order that ye may relate in the ears of your children and to your children's children, and how many things I have mocked the Egyptians, and my wonders which I wrought among them. And ye shall know that I am the Lord. And Moses and Aaron went in before Pharaoh, and they said to him, These things saith the Lord God of the Hebrews. How long dost thou refuse to reverence me? Send my people away, that they may serve me. But if thou wilt not send my people away, behold, at this hour tomorrow I will bring an abundance of locusts upon all thy coast, and they shall cover the face of the earth, and they shall cover the face of the earth. So it's not just Egypt, it's the whole earth. That's something that people needed to understand, that this is why it's a devastation. And thou shalt not be able to see the earth, and they shall devour all that is left of the abundance of the earth, which the hail has left you. That's the wheat and the rye, and shall devour every tree that grows for you on the land. And thy houses shall be filled, and the houses of thy servants, and all the houses in the land of the Egyptians. Things which thy fathers have never seen, nor their forefathers have never seen, nor their forefathers, from the day that they were upon the earth until this day. Stop. I want y'all to understand. Do y'all understand the level of, listen, your daddy's daddy, okay? Ain't never seen nothing like this. That's what he just said. Going forth. And he said all the land is going to get ate up. Everything that was left and all the trees that are left going to get ate up in the land of Egypt. Come on. Verse 6. And thy houses shall be filled, and the houses of thy servants, and all the houses in the land of the Egyptians, things which thy fathers have never seen, nor their forefathers have never seen. From the day that they were upon this earth until this day. And Moses turned away and departed from Pharaoh. And the servants of Pharaoh said to him, How long shall this be a snare to us? Send away the men that they may serve their God. Wilt thou know that Egypt is destroyed? And they brought back Moses and Aaron to Pharaoh. And he said to them, Go and serve the Lord your God. But who are they that are going with you? And Moses said, We will go with the young and the old, with our sons and daughters, and sheep and oxen, for it is a feast to the Lord. And he said to them, So the Lord be with you. And as I will send you away, must I send away your store also? See that evil is attached to you. Not so, but let men go and serve God. For this ye yourselves seek. For this ye yourselves seek. And they cast them out from the presence of Pharaoh. Now listen to what just happened. Pharaoh's like, look, who's going with you? Who do you really want to take with you? What all do you want to take? And he's like, everything. And so Pharaoh's like, oh, so you pretty much just want to get up out here. You got the Lord with you, huh? He's like, and Pharaoh's like, that's evil, bruh. He's like, because y'all trying to leave, man. Pharaoh understands what's going on. He already knows what's going on. You feel me? He can already get the feeling like they're trying to get up out of here. So he's like, nah, man, what are you doing? See, but he called it evil because to the Egyptians, it would be evil for their cash cow and their slaves to leave them, okay? All right, because they feel like the oppression is too much. However, we're just going to keep reading. And notice that Moses is like, nah, bro, it's not evil. We got nothing up our sleeves. Just like a trickster would say. Verse 12, and the Lord said to Moses, stretch out thine hand over the land of Egypt, and let the locusts. Now listen, that little bargaining they just had was the only, that was their chance. I keep trying to tell y'all, they're being peaceable. They give this dude so many chances, man, but he's just like, he's squandering. That's the perfect word. He has squandered every single one of these perfect opportunities to do the right thing. Come on. And the Lord said to Moses, stretch out thine hand over the land of Egypt, and let the locusts come up on the land, and it shall devour every herb on the land, and all the fruit of the trees which the hail left. And Moses lifted up his rod towards the heaven. And the Lord brought a south wind upon the earth all that day and all that night. And the morning dawned, and the south wind brought up the locust. Now, I'm not for sure, but I'd have to read. But I know that there's several different kinds of winds. And there's more winds that curse things than that bless them. Just throwing that out there. Yep, that's in the book of Enoch. And Moses lifted up his rod towards heaven. And the Lord brought a south wind upon the earth. And all that day and all that night the morning dawned. And the south wind brought up the locusts and brought them up over the land of Egypt. And they rested in very great abundance over all the borders of Egypt. Before them there were not such locusts, neither after them shall there be. Listen to this. So even the locusts that came then, they're nowhere close to the biblical. Nowhere close to the biblical. Nowhere close to the biblical occurrence and happening. Neither after them shall there be. And they covered the face of the earth, and the land was wasted. And they devoured all the herbage of the land, and all the fruit of the trees, which was left by the hail. There was no green thing left on the trees, nor in all the herbage of the field in all the land of Egypt. And Pharaoh hasted to call Moses and Aaron, saying, I have sinned before the Lord your God, and against you. Pardon therefore my sin yet this time, and pray to the Lord your God, and let him take away from me this death. Thank you very much for being patient with me. And Moses went forth from Pharaoh, and prayed to God. And the Lord brought in the opposite direction a strong wind from the sea, and took up the locusts, and cast them into the Red Sea. And there was not one locust left in all the land of Egypt. See how this wind does this? It's a spirit. It's a spirit. It's an angel. And the Lord hardened the heart of Pharaoh, and he did not send away the children of Israel. And the Lord said to Moses, stretch out thy hand to the heaven, and let there be a darkness over the land of Egypt, darkness that may be felt. Did you hear me? Darkness that may be felt. When you can feel the darkness, not just see it, you can feel it. And Moses stretched out his hand to heaven, and there was darkness, blackness, it says in the symbol. Very black, even a storm over all the land of Egypt, 3 days. And for 3 days no man saw his brother, and no man rose up from his bed for 3 days. But all the children of Israel had light in the places they were. And Pharaoh called Moses and Aaron, saying, go serve the Lord your God. Only leave your sheep and oxen, and let your store depart with you. And Moses said, nay, but thou shalt give to us whole burnt offerings and sacrifices, and we will sacrifice to the Lord our God. They're trying to leave with everything, yo. They're trying to take everything they have and dip. But now listen, I have to remind you, he told Moses way earlier, you're going to spoil the Egyptians. So they have to spoil the Egyptians first before they can even get up out of there. Can you dig? Come on. So either way, I have to work these wonders on them. It makes the children of Israel famous. To this day, people talk about this, and scientists have tried their hardest. The atheists have tried their hardest. The disbelievers and unbelievers, the demons, devils, and the fallen alike, and the reprobate in their hearts and in their minds, and what little bit of a soul they may have. Those ones. Let's just keep on reading. We're coming into the Exodus. So the Passover. So I'm going to have to slow it down here, my friends, and read so much and then catch y'all on the flip side. And here we go. Verse 25, and Moses said, nay, but thou shalt give to us whole burnt offerings and sacrifices, which we will sacrifice to the Lord our God. And our cattle shall go with us, and we will not leave a hoof behind. For of them we will take to serve the Lord our God. Listen, we will not leave a hoof behind. Come on. You see, boy, come on, man. I love these. I love it. Do you not love what you're hearing? You got to appreciate that verbiage that came from Moses. It's like, bro, we ain't leaving nothing, bro. Nothing. Not a crumb, pimp. Excuse me. But we know not in what manner we shall serve the Lord our God until we arrive there. And he said, look, man, we need everything because we don't know how we're going to serve him. We don't know what we're going to do. We don't know what he's going to ask us to do. So we need all that. Everything we got, we need it. Can you dig it, Pharaoh? And Pharaoh's like, no, I really can't. Because listen to this. Verse 27. But the Lord hardened the heart of Pharaoh, and he would not let them go. And Pharaoh says, depart from me. Beware of seeing my face again. For on what day thou shalt appear before me, thou shalt die. And Moses said, thou hast said, I will not appear in thy presence again. So listen to that. Even after all that's happened, Pharaoh had that in his mind. But y'all do remember the Passover. Y'all do. I know y'all remember what happened. And I know y'all remember when the Lord said he would take his firstborn. I know you guys remember that too. The Most High God is righteous. And may his name truly be established again one day on this earth. Having said that, we will get to chapter 11 here in a day or so. I love you guys dearly. Take it easy. My people, they can only oppress you for so long. But if you believe that you can save yourself and you do not cry out unto the Most High God to be saved, for you cannot save yourself, and none shall, well, listen, none shall save us, none shall restore us, none shall buy us, okay? None. There will be no rescuer. There is only the Most High God, His Messiah, and the order of angels that fall under that. Spiritual Gumbo, out.